Hi everyone, it's Daniel here. Today I'll be reviewing another album, and it's another Genesis album. And I'm happy I've got this one on vinyl now because I've been wanting it for a while, and it is A Trick of the Tail from 1976. So yeah, after Peter Gabriel left the band, Genesis were in a sticky situation. Apparently they did 1,000 auditions for a new singer, but nah, none of them worked. So well, I don't think their voices were that close to Peter Gabriel's, but luckily Phil Collins, who was the drummer at the time and already sung lead vocals on, I think, a couple of tracks, a few more, I don't know. But yeah, so Phil came in from behind the kit, started singing, and yeah, the rest is history. So yeah, I love this album. This is definitely my top 3 favourite Genesis albums. Guess you can guess what the other 2 are if you've watched my channel long enough. But yeah, let's talk about this album cover. Brilliant. Definitely describes the album really well. I like the text as well. That does not look like the word trick, but if you can, yeah. If it looks like another word to you, then yeah. And there's the back, spine as well. Actually, the spine actually connects to the front and the back, so it's a complete, like, massive, like, work of art. So that's really cool. Very nice. Also very summery as well. Like, this would be the sort of album you play in the summer, and then they would later release Wind of Wuthering, which is more of a winter album. So yeah, very cool. Charisma Records, of course, with the Mad Hatter. Let's open this up. Hey, lyrics, nice, very cool. For every track except for Los Endos, because obviously that's an instrumental. Let's go through each track. So let's start off with side 1. Side 1 begins with the fantastic Dance on a Volcano. I love that track. Brilliant. You know, that do 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 do. So cool. I love this track so much when Phil starts singing. Oh, this is such a wild song. I love it. It's so fun. You know, it's danceable. It's intense. It's just a fantastic way to open an album. I love it. It's definitely one of my favourite Genesis album openers of all time. And for a great reason too. And that instrumental break at the end, absolutely bonkers. Love it. From Tony Banks' amazing keyboard playing, to Steve Hackett's brilliant guitar playing, you know, his mini guitar solos on most of these tracks, and Mike Rutherford's crazy bass playing, and then bass pedals sound absolutely heavy on like most of these tracks. You know, it's literally just like dong and all that. So yeah, I never realised Genesis used bass pedals like since I think since Nursery Crime, or yeah, I think it was Nursery Crime actually. They used bass pedals, so Mike's always used bass pedals, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, Dance on a Volcano, great track written by all 4 members. I think that song came from like a jam session or something, and yeah, for a great reason as well. So yeah, brilliant album opener, like I said. Next track is Entangled, which is a Steve Hackett and Tony Banks song, which is quite unusual. Like, yeah. And also, by the way, Tony Banks writes all of these songs. Like, he's credited on every song, I know. So, kind of like Wind and Wuthering a bit, you know. I think he wrote 6 out of the 10 songs, so yeah. Entangled, what a beautiful song. It's about this mentally ill person, and he gets help, and it's just a great song. It's very acoustic as well. I love all the guitars used in it. Well, mostly just 6-string and 12-string acoustic guitars. That mellotron at the end is proper spooky. Like, Tony Banks uses the mellotron for like flute sounds since Peter Gabriel left the band, and none of the other members could play flute. So he does his best to. Well, he did a fantastic job of recreating the Peter's flute sound on the mellotron, which yeah, thumbs up to that. And he uses it for like haunting, like choir sounds, you know. And yeah, he also uses it for like orchestral like parts and all that, sort of like an actual string section, pretty much sort of like Watch of the Skies, you know, that sort of thing, and then a few other tracks as well. So yeah, Entangled, brilliant track, I love it. Squonk is the next song, which is a Mike Rutherford and Tony Banks song. Both of them wrote the song, which yeah, I can kind of tell. Squonk is a great song. This was actually the first song Phil sung on after Peter left. He'd already sung on a couple of tracks, For Absent Friends and All For Me, and I think he sung on a song on the Lamb Lies Down Broadway. I really need to buy that album. But yeah, Squonk, great track. Very Led Zeppelin like, but in the Genesis style. Some great bass pedals. Great bass pedals being played by Mike Rutherford, of course. His feet, of course. Just such a cool song. The drum beat is crisp and crunchy. So many cool synth parts. The guitar parts are fantastic as well. All the different like sections, you know. Like you don't know what to expect from this song. And it's about a mythical creature as well, which is so cool. And the outro is so cool. I wish it was longer. And yeah, and the bass playing at the end is pretty cool. And yeah, I think Squonk is a fantastic track. Definitely one of my favourite Genesis songs of all time, along with Dance on the Volcano. So yeah. However, the next track is even better. Madman Moon. Written by Tony Banks by himself this time around. What a song. Absolutely beautiful. It starts off with the piano and the synth as well. Beautiful piano playing. Phil's vocals are absolutely gorgeous. And then the mellotron comes in, you know, this string part on the mellotron, which is pretty cool. And yeah, and then the drums come in, the bass line comes in. The guitar parts are nice and relaxed. And then you get that fantastic build up after the chorus. And then yeah, and then you get this really cool like instrumental part, which is a lot faster and upbeat, and that's really cool. And you go back into the song, like where we get back into the verse, and yeah, just basically kind of repeats, but there's different lyrics this time around. I love the lyrics. I love the concept of the song. You know, one of the lyrics is "When the evil of a snowflake in June." I know, an evil snowflake in June, because you don't expect snow in the summer. I've actually had snow in March before, but never in June, July or August. So, yeah. And also had hail in April, but yeah. Such a beautiful song. The way it ends is fantastic. Tony Banks literally like dominates this song with his keyboard playing. He's the only one who actually sings backup vocals on this album, which I was surprised, because usually Mike Rutherford also contributes some backing vocals as well, especially on the early stuff. Steve Hackett, I've actually never heard him sing. I need to, I know. Never listened to solo albums neither. I really need to. So that's side one. Side one, absolute perfection. I love side one. All the songs are fantastic. However, we move on to side two now, and it starts off with the fantastic Robbery, Assault and Battery. Yeah, a lot of Genesis fans, you get those who are like, yeah, I quite like that song. It's fun, and yeah, it's a great way to start side two, and then well, that's what I'm assuming they'll say anyways, but you get those other people that are like, no, it's just Phil trying to be humorous like Peter was, and yeah, just trying to copy him. But I think Phil does that pretty well, you know, playing this like character, you know, who does robbery, assault and battery, and you know, I think it's quite a fun comedic song, and Phil doing a Cockney accent, you know, I think it's quite funny. The streets were deserted, the police were alerted. Yeah, great way to start off a song. You get that amazing synth intro. The drums are fantastic, especially in the first verse, you know, with the open hi-hat, you know, robbery, assault and battery, and the drums are like, yeah, so many cool keyboard parts. You get some nice bits of piano, you get some great guitar playing from Steve Hackett. That instrumental part, proper proggy. I would agree that side two's more radio friendly sounding, not quite pop, like I wouldn't class side two as like poppy or anything, but very much radio friendly. And actually, all the tracks on side two besides Los Endos all had a music video as well, which is pretty cool. My favourite being obviously Robbery, Assault and Battery. He's leaving by the roof, the bastard's gone away. Yeah, I said that word, I know. But yeah, just a great song, and then it kind of repeats. There's a key change, and it's just a really cool song. I love it. The percussion's great. I just think everything about this song was absolutely perfect, and I just think it's a really fun song, you know, not to take seriously, and yeah. And the artwork definitely explains it all. I know. The next song we have is the absolutely beautiful track Ripples. Fantastic. The acoustic guitars are fantastic. Takes a while for the drums to come in, but yeah, you get some beautiful piano playing from Tony Banks. This is another Rutherford and Banks song. Just a brilliant song. The chorus, sail away, not Sail Away, so no, Sail Away, Away, Ripples Never Come Back. Gone to the Other Side, Sail Away, Way Away. So yeah, great lyrics. Not very good at narrating lyrics. I know it's because the handwriting is quite tricky to read, but it's like quite old fashioned. So yeah. Oh, and then you get this instrumental part, which is fantastic. Yeah, great guitar solo from Steve Hackett and a synth solo at Tony Banks, which both being played at the same time. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it just proves that Genesis can still do great songs. They haven't really, their music, like, the music hadn't changed much, like, still using the same instruments, you know. The production on this album's fantastic. Like, this is one of the best produced Genesis albums in my opinion. Better than the last few albums in my opinion. Well, slightly better. But yeah, great album. Like, honestly, like, this was recorded in 1975 and released early 1976, and yeah, it's probably my favourite 70s album of all time. So yeah, I'll talk about production in a second though. And then goes back into the chorus, and yeah, Ripples, beautiful song, definitely worth 8.5 minutes. So yeah. Next track we have is A Trick of the Tail. What a great song, you know. I believe this was released as a single, and for a good reason as well, you know. It's got like this, well, it's got pop, like, the structure of the song is something you would expect from a pop song. But, you know, you still get some proggy moments in it. You get a really cool chorus. They've got no horns and they've got no tail. You know, just a brilliant song. The guitar parts are really cool. I love the synths, you know, that whistly synth sound that Tony's playing. It's just a cool song. Another song written by Banks by himself, and yeah, Tony Banks, my favourite member of Genesis. If you didn't know, I've actually ranked all the album, not all the Genesis albums. I want to do that though, but yeah, I've actually ranked all the Genesis members. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Yeah, people have given it mixed reviews, but yeah, it was just a bit fun, and seriously, like, don't take it seriously. Like, most, like, I love all the Genesis members, you know, especially the main 5, you know, because they're the most relevant in the band, and you know, they've made it to more than 2 albums. So yeah, Trick of the Tail, love this track so much. Like, I think this was the first one that clicked with me. So yeah, and then to end off the album, we had the fantastic instrumental Los Endos, which basically kind of reprises Dancing on a Volcano, which is pretty cool. I love that, and the Mellotron sounds fantastic, and that synth, you know, that's pretty much going, and the bass is so cool. And you get some really cool drums and percussion from Phil. And then the first half of the instrumental ends and then goes into like an instrumental version of Squonk, which is really cool. And then you can briefly hear Phil's vocals at the end, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's just a fantastic way to end off the album. And yeah, I love it. So yeah, Trick of the Tail, absolutely fantastic album. Credits, we have Mike Rutherford on 12-string guitar, basses and bass pedals. Tony Banks on piano, synthesizers, organ, mellotron and 12-string guitar and backing vocals. Phil Collins on drums, percussion and lead and backing vocals. And Steve Hackett on electric guitar and 12-string guitars. Very cool. All material arranged and performed by Genesis, produced by David Henschel and Genesis. Yeah, this is the first album to be produced by David Henschel, who later produced the next 3 albums, and he also engineered Nursery Crime as well. So yeah, engineered by David Henschel and Nick Hackett Rutherford. Equipment by Tex and Jeff, recorded at, and I'm going really low here, aren't I? Recorded at Trident Studios, London, October/November 1975. Liquid Sustenance, Neil, John and Terry. Special thanks to Tony Smith, Alex, Sim and Regis, I think. I don't know how to say the name. And sleep signed by Hypnosis Colin Elgie. I probably pronounced that wrong, but yeah. Very cool artwork, I love it. I love the colour of the album as well, you know, definitely, yeah. The artwork definitely fits the album in my opinion. I could say that about Duke and Abacab, but yeah. So yeah, very cool. I'll show you the record as well. Just want to be careful. Got to be careful with your records. You don't want to touch the... Cool. Yeah, I got this from the market the other day for £7. strangely enough, they did have it, then they didn't, and then they had it again. So I was like, need to pick this up straight away. So I did. Very cool. There's side 1, and then there's side 2. Very cool. Well, I love that Charisma Records logo with the Mad Hatter, the rabbit, and the cat from Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. This has been my review of A Trick of the Tail. Let me know what you think of this album. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Please do let me know. Or yeah, is it not one of your favourite Genesis albums? Or is it your favourite? Please do let me know. I'm actually really curious. So yeah, luckily the vinyl works perfectly fine, and yeah, just a brilliant album to have. And yeah, this would also be a great starting point for Genesis as well, if you're unfamiliar with the band and would like to get into them. It's a great starting point. So yeah, know me, like I listen to most artists' discography in chronological order, so that's just the way I do things. And yeah, so yeah, thanks once again, everyone, and as always, I shall see you all next time, and as always, take it easy. In a bit.